I'm gonna unmute my mic and then pretend I was speaking the whole time. This is game 3 of the multi-category constellation bracket. Uh, this is for the people that got knocked out of the main bracket and decided to fight it out amongst themselves afterwards. So game 1 was North Korea percent. Iron Rusty took that one. And then game 2 was 100%, and Anfunny won the 100% race by just 17 seconds. So this GT Classic race should be really close. Anfunny having a cleaner series elevator room this time, no more stumbling on the platforms, so off to a better start than the previous races. We have the typical Doorbonk City series. So you gotta stop just in front of the door so that you don't bonk into it and lose time. Jakey hits some series and then Ridley flies off because he doesn't want to fight someone so weak. Up and Funny started splicing stuff out already. Must have had a bad series exit. $44.38 and a $43.69. So Anfunny just a bit ahead. GT Classic is a short category, so every little bit's gonna count. You don't have a lot of time to make up any sort of lead. So GT Classic is a category that makes use of a debug code that was left in the game by the developers. The developers decided to leave in a special code that gives you all the major items and a load of ammo and a load of energy. And they decided to attach it to Golden Torizo. You enter Gold Torizo's room and get everything free. But you have to get there. So basically, we're going to pick up the bare minimum that we need in order to get there quickly. And then we'll go on a boss rush. So we still have to go pick up Morph Ball. Clean pit room for Iron Rusty. Anfunny decides to inspect the pits a little bit and loses a little bit of time there. Technically, jumping across the pits can be faster if you don't fall in any of them. If you can gap skip without falling in at all, then it's faster than jumping and falling in one pit. So you do whichever strat doesn't fall in a pit. So same Morph and Alpha Missile that you see in every category. Anfunny not getting the back down to Alpha Missile either, so pretty even so far. This is where the game starts getting hard. You have to do these climbs up these difficult technical rooms. It's easy to lose 5 to 10 seconds going up climb and parlor. Somehow, the first rooms of the game are also the last rooms in the game, so they're technical. Rusty goes for one pin inspection. Anfunny starts going for one, and then wall jumps out of the pit inspections, so doesn't take the full time loss there. But Anfunny took a pirate hit going up climb, so Alright, Rusty's out of the climb, and Anfunny's probably right behind him, so. Looks like a clean parlor for both of them. And we're into a bomb torso fight now. You want to line up on this pixel perfect position and morph so that bomb torso will leap backwards immediately and not swipe or do anything. This position in the middle of the room is less precise and works without morph ball. So ironrusty chooses to go for that one. You want to only shoot your P shots at bomb torso in groups of 5, so that they line up with the damage your missiles do. Because when bomb torso drops you below 100 damage, well, drops below 100 health, his head will disappear in an extra animation, and that'll make the fight take more time. Unfortunately, they've both decided to splice out the bomb torso fight, so don't know if they suffered the decapitation animation. Let's see if I can pull up their streams on the side. Oh, I got Rusty's stream back, so. Assumably, Anfunny is not too far behind Rusty. Rusty overshoots the elevator. So one thing you could do on those elevators is you can start holding angle running into the elevator room, and you can release dash during the door transition. And then when you're not holding dash and you're holding angle and you release forward, you'll stop on a dime. So you just have to time the forward release to happen on the elevator. You'll stop on the dime and immediately be able to press down and use the elevator. I find that a convenient way to avoid getting meals on elevators and avoid overshooting elevators. I think I'll try to pull up Anfunny stream on the side. So as part of GT Classic, they don't need to collect the charge beam, because you don't really need it for anything that you're facing on the way to GT's room. Instead, you just go straight over to Red Tower, and you go straight up to collect the first power bombs. So these are the most quickly accessible power bomb pack. So you pick up this pack at the top of Red Tower, and then you head down to Norfair to actually do your GT code stuff. I can see on Anfunny's stream that he successfully got up there and picked up his power bombs, leaving the power bomb room at 9:20, which is somewhat ahead of what you guys are seeing. But the stream cut out on the SG side. There's not a lot I can do about that. Jestrozooks is running tech support for us and trying to bring the stream back for you. Alright, looks like we got Anfunny back. So. Looks like they will be entering Kraid's lair at almost exactly the same time. Spoilers. Alright, so Anfunny, if we get a stream back in time, Anfunny is going to get Kraid stand-up. Getting Kraid stand-up is not good because you lose time compared to the quick kill, but one critical thing about not having charge beam here is if you lose all of your ammo failing the quick kill, then Kraid's claws are beneath the floor, and with no charge beam, you end up soft-locked. So it's very important to, if you fail the quick kill, at least make him stand up, so that you don't get soft-locked. Oh. Okay, so I had that backwards. Anfunny got the quick kill, and Rusty gets to stand up. Sorry about that. Well, they have the Vari suit to protect them from heat, though. Be heading down to Norfair, where I believe they'll just be picking up the high jump and the energy tank before heading down into lower Norfair. Because, a high jump and an energy tank is all you need to get through Lava Dive. Lava does not have the same physics that water does, so when you wall jump suitless in lava, you still get practically all of your height, and you can wall jump through Lava Dive with just a pair of boots and an energy tank. You can do it with no high jump boots, and it costs more energy, and it's not really safe. Usually people don't go to pick up this Kraid energy tank if they're going to pick up high jump boots, but if you're not too confident in your Lava Dive, you can pick it up as an extra safety. So it's a good choice to pick up that Kraid energy tank if you want to have some more time to do the Lava Dive, because you are taking damage from the lava while you're in there, and having an extra tank on top of that gives you a few more seconds to hesitate and wait for flames to be on the right cycle. Alright, so now they've both got their high jump boots. I don't want to spend time sitting through that missile fanfare over there, so we just skip that missile pack. We don't need it because the GT code is going to give us all the missiles that we will ever need. Rusty appears to be farming up a little bit of extra energy right here. The only thing that Sova could have possibly dropped would have been super, and their super drop chance is not great. Alright, clean pre-cathedral for both runners. Garuda hit doesn't matter a whole lot. And as usual, you come out of the cathedral stuff with only one super left. You do need to gate glitch after doing Lava Dive. So, for race safety, so that you don't reset, most people will decide to go down and farm up to full supers. So, Rusty is actually taking a save before heading to Lava Dive, and Anfunny is going in with no save. A lot of people just go into Lava Dive with no save, because if you have high jump boots and 2 energy tanks, it's pretty free doing Lava Dive. Looked like Anfunny only took 2 farms to get his supers from these bugs, so Rusty took like 3 farms, so RNG playing its role here. This Magdalite room is kind of messy. There's all these little gaps to jump over, and there's the orbs to avoid. Not a good entry for Anfunny. Rusty is going with the more tried and true, just roll in entry. So Rusty jumped up to manipulate that top Namahe and put him on the good flame cycle. Oh man, Anfunny had problems there. Anfunny needs to spend a couple hours practicing lava dive. But they got through. And so as you can see, like, you still get a lot of height when you're wall jumping in lava suitless. If you try to wall jump in water, you get like a pixel or two. Lava physics are very different from water physics. So, quick gate glitch for both runners. No recent gate glitch, playing the story for the race this time. So you go through this door, and you press all 4 face buttons, A, B, X, and Y, during the door transition. And when the door hits the right side of the screen, you let go of the 4 face buttons, because if you're still holding shoot afterwards, it'll fire the crash the game beam, and you'll crash the game. You have to pause immediately and turn off the spacer beam so that you do not crash the game. Anfunny is used to GT Max, where you want to pick up the missiles and lay that power bomb, so that's a few seconds time lost there. You get screw attack in this. If you pick up screw attack before you use the debug code, then you actually lose it, because the debug code overwrites whatever you have. It doesn't give you extra stuff, it overwrites what you have. So you have to pick up screw attack afterwards, not before. Anthony spent some more time getting that spark lined up. If you have screw attack and space jump, and you don't get this, and you're spending extra time, don't do the spark. Just go through. Amphitheater is a good place to accidentally not press jump soon enough or not at the right time and lose your space jump and fall all the way down. So, good thing that didn't happen to either of them. So each of these key hunters that you kill is worth about a second in the powerbomb lag. So, and you kill the 2 that are convenient. And 2 powerbombs here are less laggy than if you'd left them all alive. Anfunny is suffering extra powerbomb lag, laying those extra powerbombs in Wasteland, so that's a couple of seconds lost there. Good Kago through the Kazan, though. That'll save you a little bit of time waiting for it. Rusty choosing to spark one pirate and plasma shot the other one. Sort of a hybrid strat. It's slower than the pure plasma strat, but less likely to go wrong. Good try at the blue spring ball through the Ridley farm room. Got a good strat through the flower house for Rusty, but didn't open the door in time to be able to spring ball through the farm room. So we're gonna have a pretty quick Ridley fight here. Don't really need to worry too much about dodging. You mainly just want to pump damage into Ridley. You're not going to be picking up very many supers, from here to the end of the game. So runners tend to hold on to their supers rather than just dumping them into Ridley. Anfunny is choosing to spend his supers because supers are better DPS than the plasma shots against Ridley. Anfunny got a quicker pickup off of Ridley, so gains a little bit of time there. And the lead has actually changed because of that Ridley pickup. They got that D-boost off Powerhouse Room, but you're supposed to use the iframes off of that D-boost to get into the acid to run across Powerhouse. Oh, Rusty got the Wasteland Speedball out. That Wasteland Speedball actually gave the lead back to Rusty. Rusty needs to pick up the pace a little bit. Don't let Anfunny catch up. Alright, good Firefly stairs for Rusty. Anfunny took a couple fireballs, took a little bit more time on the stairs, so... And of course, that weird slope coming out of the Firefly's room trips you up every time. Now once again, when you're firing your full beam combo in this double chamber, this single chamber, it causes more lag, so you should really use missiles here to open the door. Anfunny stumbled a little bit on the quick drops and the crumbles, so... Alright, so with Kraid and Ridley down, we're just going to head straight up to Meridia and go fry Botwoon and fry Dragon. This is a boss rush category, so we don't care about picking up items here. We're just here to kill the bosses and go home. So you can see that Rusty had opened the tube early with those early power bombs. Doesn't have to wait for it here. And the same goes for Anfunny with the early tube open. Apparently it's actually faster to space jump up Everest than to Spark because of the crash animation. Like, you may not think about it, but every time you spark, you're sitting through a second of crash animation. Gotta only use it in places where it's gonna pay off. So you can't see it in the HUD, but the players actually have Grapple Beam and X-Ray right now. So they're going to select X-Ray coming into Botwoon's room, and when you use X-Ray, the boss's iframes will run out while X-Ray is active. But your Plasma Beam will stick around. So you can use X-Ray to hit the boss multiple times with a single shot, and just fry it in a few seconds like that. And we're going to do that to Botwoon, Dragon, and Phantoon. Rusty fell down halfy climb room. That's gonna hurt. Missing the spark doesn't hurt much when you have space jump, but falling down hurts. If you want to be funny in Dragon's Room, you can actually do some turret disrespect and just leave the turrets alive. They kind of shoot at you a lot, so you don't really want to do that. Part of Dragon is you want Dragon to die close to the center of the room, so that he spends less time in the death animation. Rusty's charging up that charge beam to pry Dragon with the X-ray. You see how Dragon has to move all the way over to the center of the room before the death animation can really start. So if you kill Dragon closer to the center of the room, then he spends less time moving to the right. With Dragon dead, we're headed out. We're going to go all the way over to fight Phantoon. Forgotten Highway is considerably slower because we have Gravity Suit, so we're going to go outward pretty much the same way. The HUD does not show grapple or X-ray because the debug code, the GT code, just sets the inventory directly. It doesn't call the normal routines for picking up an item. So it doesn't bother to update the HUD because they didn't do that when they wrote the debug code. If somebody were to save and reset, or save and die, then that would reset their HUD and you'd see the stuff in their HUD. Or if they went over and picked up one of the items, it would show the stuff in the HUD. But nobody's going to go over and pick up Grapple Beam when they already have it, so... Looked like Rusty fell down a bit in Everest, so... Anfunny caught up a little bit there. And I believe that is a foosball from Rusty. Foosball is when you use Spring Ball out of the Mock Ball out of that tunnel and jump directly up to the elevator. So. Neat little trick for Rusty there. Gotta super this door into wreck ship. So, Phantoon will actually disappear once you deal 300 or more damage in a phase. So if you start off with a charge shot, you can't do the X-ray stuff to him immediately, because the charge shot will just make him immediately disappear. What you have to do is you have to soften him up with a missile, and then you can do the charged X-ray. And so, with this race being so close, Phantoon's pattern could play a big role. Rusty gets it fast, but Phantoon got off screen. At least Phantoon didn't get to disappear. I guess we don't get to know what Anfunny's pattern was. We've got all the items, so no trip up to the gravity suit, no bowling in this category. We're just gonna head straight for the G4 statue room. And of course, you want to avoid those remote missiles because you don't need them, and fanfare would cost you some seconds, so just jump over them. So, if you can avoid the door bonk, then the space jump over the ocean is faster than the spark. But if you think you're going to bonk the door, then it's faster to charge a spark and spark across the ocean. So, like a lot of speedrun strats, you want to do the thing that you're going to hit every time with no hiccups. So. The hiccups will cost you more than not trying for strats. So Rusty's G4 at 3121. Anfunny is really close behind. This category does not give you a lot of time to build up a lead, so. $31.44, so just 23 seconds apart. Yeah. And this touring is also not going to be very long either. You don't need to worry about running out of supers or ammo here. You just go all out and go fast. If you don't want to spend time turning off screw attack, you'd want to do the down back Zeb skip. Or, if you're trying to go for pauseless, you'd go for the second Zeb skip, where you missile through the first Zeb without taking any damage, and then you freeze a rink on the second Zeb, and you can use the morph ball to skip through the Zebitite. Alright, so really good Metroid 1 and 2 for Rusty. Making use of that ammo. Not worrying about picking up drops, just go fast. Anfunny, taking it slower. In practically every category in randomizer that you normally play, you need the Metroid drops. So Anfunny is playing off that randomizer muscle memory and making sure to pick up the Metroid drops when you don't actually need them, and picking them up actually costs you time. That's part of the difficulty of running multiple categories, like that grouping strat on the Metroids is slower, but it's required in other categories, but not required in this one. Another thing that the players get is they get 3 reserve tanks, so Rusty is deciding to turn off screw attacks, so he's not going to be doing the down back or second Zeb skips. He's just going to do a standard one. You saw that Rusty already had the Vari suit turned off. He turned it off back when he turned off Spazer immediately after the GT code. That makes the baby drain energy faster, and it makes the stand-up glitch simpler. So the way this Zeb skip works is you freeze the Rinka in this position, and then you jump onto it so that your hitbox aligns to the Rinka, and that clips you into the Zeb a little bit. And you need to also have some iframes somewhere so that you don't get knocked out of the Zeb immediately. And then you can just jump up and go through the Zebitite. Since they only had one flag for whether there's a Zebs, they only have one Zebitite enemy. They just have a flag for moving it through the room as you kill each one. Once you skip one, the other 3 don't show up. Standard 20-shot Mother Brain fight. You want to have 700 energy at the end of this so that you can do stand-up glitch. If you have less than 700 energy, and you have to hit the reserves to put yourself up to 700. Luckily, the debug code gives us exactly 700 as the maximum. You notice that's different from the normal game where your maximum is 9. For whatever reason, the debug code, it's 700, not 699, not 799, but 700. So it's not really 7 E-tanks, it's just 700. Since you got those 3 reserve tanks also, and the 3 reserve tanks were getting to you full up already, hit those to do your standard glitch if you took any damage in Torian. If you have like 400 after that first rainbow beam, then Mother Brain will actually decide to do a second one. If you don't turn off Varia, you have to run into Mother Brain's foot really fast to avoid a second rainbow beam. You don't have to take that. No, you don't have to hit her foot like Anfunny did, because you're at 100 and she won't do any follow-up attack. So this allows you to skip being stuck to the ground behind this cut, and to Brain right here. Ironrusty is dealing damage to Mother Brain's fight. Once your energy is full, the baby patch and moves with the sun. It's very important to control where the baby is. If the baby detaches too far to the left, then Mother Brain can't kill it, and you get soft. It causes Mother Brain to miss a volley, and she has to fire an extra volley in order to kill the baby. And so, it costs you a little bit of time. Looks like Iron is escaped just seconds ahead of Anfunny, so don't fall down the. Got a morph out of the wall jump. That's not a great start to the airlocks. Looks like it. Still ahead here. Gets his final moonfall. Door bonk this time. And a normal straight spark up the climb. And Funny's coming right behind to get his moonfall locks room. Firing the hyper beam extra times actually causes lag. The more hyper beam shots there are, the more lag you get. Ironrusty is finishing in first place. The race time 19. And Anfunny is falling up right behind the time of 39.4. And Rusty has joined us in the interview booth.
Kai, you're still here.
Yep. I watched the first race while I was eating and calmed at the second race and stuck around for the third.
Yeah, thanks for jumping in. For the consolation.
Yeah, no
Man, that was too
I think I'm
stressful
more
with the stream
invested in
problems.
the consolation bracket than the main one.
Yeah, there could be some good races down here. That was really close.
All 3 of these were really close, man.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah.
Rusty.
Nice races. Oh, that's right. I got Kraid stand up this race. Oh, that was nuts.
Yeah.
Got my another PB on this one too. 43 seconds off.
Oh, nice.
Way to go.
You still got some time to save though. Like you can clean up that lava dive and get a better time.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
definitely.
do it again tomorrow.
Honestly, I haven't ran a GT class code in like 2-3 weeks, so I'm honestly surprised I did as well as I did.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to start it off, the big thing in the room was my deaths at Dragon in the first race.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was big.
I don't even know how it happened twice. Like, uh,
There's
yeah,
plenty of bad luck. Sometimes Dragon's in a bad mood.
no, it was all on me. I just blew my spark early. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, I wasn't watching as closely that one to see exactly how you blew it early.
like I like jumped to set up the grapple kill, and I like turned right on accident and fell off the ledge, and then I tried to jump back up and
Oh, yeah.
oh, you jumped way far up then.
Yes, way further than I was meaning to. But yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised you picked North Korea percent, considering like our PB differences. Like that was like one of the only ones that I had you on.
I guess I was just looking at old data. I was looking at the start of the tournament spreadsheet.
Oh,
I was like,
gotcha.
oh, good. I've got a good chunk here. Let's just do that. I didn't look at the fact that we're yeah, it was the opposite. It was probably one of the worst things for me to pick.
Yeah, I think it was. I was like, oh yes, you picked it.
Yeah, because you had a PB from today, right, Anfunny?
I mean, it
Oh,
was
you did it?
no, it wasn't today. That was Rusty's, but it was recent. It was like a 105.05.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I went with 100% because I PB'd yesterday by like a minute and 20. So I was like, I think I have his beat. So I think this is like my one good shot.
100%. Yeah, looked like the good route for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had to skip the gauntlet spark at the beginning because I didn't have enough health coming out of Brick Ship. But
Yeah, and I talked about that, but that's the right thing to do when you don't have enough health. Your ship refill costs a good 16, 17 seconds. So you're better off taking the extra door transitions for a late gauntlet than the ship refill.
And that's
you
why I did
remembered
it.
So.
Yes, that's why I did it, because you mentioned it, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good strat. Like, so I went and took it. So appreciate that.
Yeah.
So everybody gets to see how close it is if you do the later wreck ship E-tank.
Yeah.
That's what I do with gravity, so that I can have gravity suit in the water in case it goes badly. That's something I could probably convert, but maybe.
Yeah, I ended up falling in the water, like, because I grappled the same block that I grappled to get over.
Oh no!
It fell in.
It disappears on you. Yep.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I was like, which one did I grab? I hope it wasn't this one, and it was.
Oops.
Yep.
But yeah, and I mean, I got so many golds on that North Korea percent too. Like, I probably would have PB'd by like another 2 minutes or something if I had gotten the first Dragon kill.
Yeah, when I PB'd earlier, it was with one Dragon death, and I thought, how did I ever do that? Well, I guess I'd never beaten this run without dying. So then when it happened in the race, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not surprised that ended up being a PB with no deaths.
There you go. Yeah, my PB's deathless too, so.
Cool. Well, I'll be seeing you around the SM Rat circuit.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna, now that I'm kicked out of this thing, I'm definitely gonna start getting back hard into rando. I haven't been doing my randos lately.
That'll be fun.
Definitely. Yeah. Appreciate you racing with me, Iron Rusty, and thanks for doing the comms, Kaizenton, and
Hey, you're welcome.
yeah, and thanks for Papa Schmo for getting us all to do this consolation bracket. And I actually was thinking that that'd
Look
be a
up
fun
who
idea, and then
Rusty asked
he came out and
who's
organized
Kev.
it.
Kev is one that's facing Rusty next, so
Oh wait, do I have to face against Kev Nastix?
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember
Oh, okay,
that's what
good.
he was saying in the chat earlier. So
Oh, good. Does he like low percent? Hmm.
No,
Oh,
he's
sorry.
super good at RBO in North Korea though.
Yeah, I know. I was at the veto RBO. Rusty, how could you?
Have you actually gotten a low percent run? Because I haven't yet. I kind of practiced with plasma just in case it popped up.
No.
Yeah, it's a rough.
I've gotten pretty close, but I have not finished it yet. Spoiler.
you know what you should do, Rusty? You should tell Kev that you're going to run max suitless. Do a max suitless race against Kev.
I thought about picking low percent for this race and then seeing if either of us could finish it. That probably would have been bad. Probably
Yeah,
bad
You don't want
news.
to be here all night.
They're still going.
I probably
I've
would
already
have.
done one 7-hour race in your other tournament.
Oh, yeah, the unspeakable. Oh, yeah. All right, I guess I better go. Thank you for the race.
Yes,
Thank you, Kai.
Alright.
GG's.
You want to follow our runners? Just Rozooks just dropped their channel links. It's Iron Rusty and Anfunny. They put on some amazing races, so go give them a follow. And thanks for SpeedGaming for having us up here, even though we're just the consolation bracket and not the main bracket. And thanks for Jestro for getting Rusty's and Anfunny streams back up when they went down. So that's it for us, and I'll see you next mission.